Hey guys, Pat here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. And probably entitle this video, The Fruits of Having Stuff. So, the other day I was out and about towing the excavator on the equipment trailer with the dump truck. I experienced a little bit of a problem. Can you identify what the problem is? No tire, half a rim. It used to go in there like that. Well, that came apart on the highway and I had no place to turn off, so I had to keep going. And that's why they put more than one tire on the equipment trailer. This side has 4, so I was able to safely get off the road. Today I'm going to change that tire, or put my spare on. That's a 8-14.5. They're actually getting a little harder to find these days, but you can find them. At any rate, I did a little homework to try to find one of those, and what I was going to do is I was going to take the backhoe and I was going to raise up the front of the trailer, just lift up the front, put the spare tire on, and I'd be back in business for a while. I hadn't used this in a long time. It was seized up a little bit, so I had to oil it and keep working it back and forth and oil it, and finally got it going. Works good now. I used the gas generator off the box truck and it works fine. I got new tires and rims for the dump truck because these were in bad shape. So went ahead and got those all changed out, and I got these for spares. So I was going to stack these all up on pallets, and I went to uncradle the whole portion of the backhoe and a busted hydraulic hose. It's got a right to break. It's been on there ever since 1987, so it served me well. This hose above it doesn't look like it's in that good a shape either. The real reason for this video is I was going to show a couple of tricks that I do on by myself in order to offer support for the fittings when you start to take these apart. You have to support everything, and you don't want anything to move other than the hydraulic hose fitting. So what I did is I took some measurements and blocked this up against the bottom of the wrench. This is a 1 1/8. And that's a 1 1/4 in there. And so I have vertical support on the hose when I start to pull down on a wrench. Kind of show you what I was doing. I got it cracked loose now. I did all the work, and then if I was successful, I was going to show you guys how to do it right. Well, the wrong thing is to not have support. I put these 2 blocks in here to support the inlet side, which is, there's this steel line that wraps around and comes back around. And so I needed to support this. I wanted to keep this from moving and bending. So that's what these 2 blocks of wood here are for. I have a block underneath the pipe and underneath this wrench. This is the holding wrench for the hose. And this wrench here was the one that I used to actually loosen ferrule. Is that called a ferrule? Anyway, I can't remember the proper name for the type of fitting this is. But anyways, on the other side, here's my other set of hands holding this wrench. So I found a place on the backhoe, part of the frame, took the ratchet strap and held this in place. And then also, to keep the ratchet from moving, this is solid now, I have this tie down strap going from the other side of this wrench, the closed in, boxed in side of the wrench, and it goes underneath the tractor, the other side, and I got it hooked down here on the frame here. That wrench can't go anywhere. Now we got Cody over here looking for bugs and rats. And did you find a rat, Cody? Where is he? Get him. So anyhow, because of the downward tension on this wrench, the wrench that I'm working, I didn't want this to bend down and bend that metal tube coming in there. So that worked great. I broke that loose. You can tell it's the original one. So this other side, you would have thought this one here would have been easier because it's out in the open. But no, it's actually on there a little stiffer. So I'm going to go ahead and take you off camera so I can have two hands, and I'll rig this up and show you how I did this part. Okay, this is how I got the other one. I wanted to offer some support back this way because I was going to be pushing back against this fitting right here. So what I ended up doing is taking a tie down strap and running back to someplace solid on the backhoe, of course. So I just propped a board up underneath this wrench to hold it in place. Again, if you have help, that's always a plus. But if you don't, this is how you do business. It's good to always exercise your ability to be independent in case there's nobody around to help you. That's a good solid point there where I'm not going to break or bend anything. Couple wraps on that. And then a couple of wraps on this side. So now that holds this in place very stiffly where it can't move. So I put the soft part of the hammer on the back side of this fitting here because we don't want to be bending and creasing this. And I took my wrench and then I can put all my force on this wrench. You can hit the back side of this rubber mallet if you need to do that. I just went ahead and took a little more effort than that because right now I have it loose. I wanted to focus on this. I didn't want you guys to have to sit here and watch me scratch my head the whole time I was trying to figure out how to haywire all this together so I can get this to cooperate. Anyway, this one here was pretty hard to come off. That other one was hard to get off too, but this one was harder. By doing this, I was able to keep this part stable so it wouldn't bend, it wouldn't rack this area up here, or stress or crease the metal tube. So anyway, with all that being said, I'll go ahead and take all this apart. Oh, Cody, he's found something over here. I think he's just burning calories. That dog really thinks he's doing something. He is, he's making holes. Anyway, got the hose. $100 later. This was shorter than the last one I had made, so that's always good to always come out of the store paying less than what you thought you was. Sometimes wiggling the fitting as I'm putting the two together kind of helps the threads to catch a little bit sometimes. When I was putting these on, it's a lot easier than taking them off because you have new connections. The part that's on the machine is loosened up, and so it's a little easier going on. So I'm watching for stresses, but as you can see, I'm not having to use my other setup with the blocks and such, although I do have that one block in the back it's actually still supporting. There we go. There we go. Another thing I like to do is have the wrenches close together like this. If I was going opposite side like this, then when I'm pulling, back this way, then I'm applying a lot more pressure on this fitting going this way. So what I like to do here is, if I can, have the wrenches close together like this, and that way you have a little bit more control of the lateral and horizontal pressures on this piece here. So at any rate, that works out really well, and we're back in business again. What'd you find? He found some muddy paws. There's a job that should have took maybe 15-30 minutes, probably took half the day. If the hose is going to blow, I'd as soon just it blow in a situation where I'm not really doing anything too serious. At any rate, thanks for stopping by. Take care, and God bless.